Well, howdy, everybody. How's everybody doing today? We'll give it another moment. I think the pings are still coming in for people coming into the session, so stand by and we'll get started momentarily. What say you, Nicole? Do you think we should go ahead and get started, or want to wait a minute?
We can get started.
All right. Do you want to kick this thing off, or do you want me to go ahead and?
You know my answer.
Okay. All right. Well, I know the answer. So welcome, everybody, to our, what is this, the Technical Professional Conference Scoop. So this is a real informal session here with myself, Townsend Brown, and our TPC chair, our Technical Professionals chair, Nicole Shirley, just answering questions, giving you guys the quote unquote scoop of what's going on with all things professionals as it relates to NSBE 50, the 50th annual convention. So without to level set, I guess, a little bit here, Nicole and I, we'll have a little dialogue here. I'll give you a little bit of background about myself and the NSBE professionals. Let Nicole do the same thing, and then we'll dive right into it. We'll give, we've got a few questions that we received in the run-up to this session here. So we'll try to address as many of those as possible. But while we're doing that, if you have any other questions, or you hear something that we're talking about and you want to know more about it, there is a Q&A feature within Teams here. Welcome you all to take advantage of that feature. Put your questions in the portal, and then we might answer a few of those live if we get around to them. Please, if we don't get to them live, we will make sure that we get some answers addressed at a later date, maybe either through the website or through our social media, or maybe in another session that we may have closer to convention time. So without further ado, I guess I'll feel like I've talked a lot. So Nicole, do you want me to keep going and just go ahead and into my spiel, or do you want to at least introduce yourself before I keep going? You're on mute. You're muted. Can't hear you. Okay.
All right. Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yes, we got you.
So, yeah. So my name is Nicole Shirley. I am the 2024 Technical Professional Conference Chair. So for those who know, we are getting ready to go to Atlanta for NSBE 50. And tonight we're just going to go over just some high-level information about what to expect, the information that I can share. So there are some things that's still in the works, but kind of want to give everybody a heads up. But before that, I asked Townsend to be here just so we can talk about the professionals as a whole, what we do throughout the year, and then segue back into TPC, which I know what we're here for. And then we can answer any questions like Townsend said at the end.
All right, great. Let's see how this works. I promise you I won't take up too much time going into the professionals. I know there's some seasoned professionals on the call here, so a lot of this will be just repeat of what you already know. But just real quickly, once again, my name is Townsend Brown. I am the National Professional Chairperson for the 2023-2024 NSBE term. I'm located in Dallas, Texas. I'm a software manager in my day job with Lockheed Martin, which I'm also a member of the chapter there. Got my bachelor's and master's degrees, one at Texas A&M University and the other one at Boston University, MS in computer science, computer information systems, sorry. I am a lifetime member. I'm proud to say that I recently became a lifetime member, number 599. So I did that at the last annual convention. Hopefully some of you all who are on the fence will also become some life members. And then the question I normally get a lot about myself is yes, my locks, one, they are real, and two, I've had them for over 15 years. So no, I'm not cutting them anytime soon. So those are the three pressing questions I get most of the time as people meet me and talk with me. I just want to talk a little bit about, the board this year. I had to go and find this picture. This was from our professional development conference, but this is a snapshot of the National Professionals Executive Board. And if you're not familiar with the professionals wing of NSBE, it's set up a whole lot like the collegiate side, the national side, if you will, of NSBE. We have a chair-elect. We've got a full executive office board. And then we have mostly regional chairs. So each region is represented 1 through 6. And then we have some of our program committee chairs. So we've got technical excellence, talent development, into membership, of course, a membership chair. We've got our finance division, which is our treasurer, our finance chair, our I was going to say technical excellence chair, but I did mention that already. But we're made up of mostly all professionals, of course, who have served NSBE in one way or another throughout their years. Many came up through the collegiate side, and some even through the PCI side, which is our pre-collegiate side. So, plenty of years of experience here on the board. All of us are working professionals, so all of us have day jobs that we do that tend to interfere, I guess, with our NSBE work. But if you want to know more about us, please reach out to Professionals Chair or peb@nsbe.org. We definitely have every aspect of NSBE that you want to cover, we have fulfilled. So about national professionals, and what do professionals, you ask? One thing that we definitely like to focus on and serve as our foundation is that we inspire the next generation of technical professionals. We strive to serve as a catalyst for transforming the culture of engineering. So think about NSBE as a pipeline, and really I'd like to call it a circular pipeline as far as pipeline really doesn't end. It just continues on. It just revolves and grows and evolves. So as you grow up through the pre-collegiate space, going through high school, and then the biggest portion of NSBE, of course, is our collegiate space where you're going through and getting your degree and working towards the professional major that you want to do. And what we serve in is after that step is, hey, once you graduate, what do you do now? There's not just a saying that, hey, you graduate from NSBE and you're done. It is, okay, now that I've got my first job, what do I do? How do I get promoted? 5 to 10 years down the road, hey, I need to learn new skills and something left behind. How do I continue to grow and evolve? And so we meet you at those stages of development post-graduation level. So it's a huge, huge, huge demographic of people. Because if you think about it, you've got your fresh out of school 20, 21-year-old, 22-year-olds all the way through. And through is to whatever number you get to that we serve. So we have a wide gamut of interests and ideas and talents that we serve at. Going through it, looking at the vision specifically this year, I've really got three main ideas, and it's all circled around this theme of we see you. And so really that's what this event that we have right now came out of is, hey, how can we address burning questions? Or hey, how do we see those people who are, maybe you're not as involved with NSBE, or hey, maybe you used to be involved with NSBE, but you haven't done anything in a while. How do you get back involved? And hey, where's a forum where you can kind of get that information at? So we like to hold sessions like this where we get to talk with our members and really dive down and see what they're asking for, what the questions they're looking for, and how do we address them. So definitely looking to deepen, of course, our membership experience. We're always looking internally, how do we refine our brand? How do we make sure that the tools and technology that we use help service you all? And then we want to make sure that we're agile, make sure we foster this culture of innovation and experimentation. We want to get ideas from you all and make sure that we're staying fresh, staying new, making sure that we are keeping a pulse with what the membership wants to see, how we better engage with you all, and that we're putting together and putting forth the programs and events that you really want to see. So that's real quick about that. And of course, if you've never ever heard of the NSBE Professionals brand, you may be thinking, what is the NSBE Professionals? Well, if you were involved with NSBE maybe 10 years ago or 12 years ago, NSBE Professionals is actually a relatively new term. We were actually called the Alumni Extension until about the mid 2010s. And so we haven't, maybe I said we maybe haven't quite hit 10 years of being known as NSBE Professionals. But it's all really the same idea. We were started and founded in 1988. And so this really is our 35th year of existence in the Alumni Extension NSBE Professionals realm. So we've got quite a bit of history with NSBE. You know, NSBE itself is celebrating 50. So we didn't come around too far along after its inception. You want to know where we're located? We're everywhere. The NSBE Professionals, of course, I'm just talking about us. We've got 80 chapters spread around the world. Of course, mostly around the United States, but we do have some sites in Africa. I know we've got some sites in the Caribbean, and just recently we did establish a chapter in South America. So no matter where you are in the world, NSBE, you can find NSBE and get involved and plugged in with us. And we're made up of 4,000 or so strong, dedicated members. We're made up of professionals and then what we call lifetime members. And so we can get into the details of what that all means later. But just some of the things that we do and we talk about and that we put on as signature events. We've got our Professional Development Conference, which actually occurs just about in the August timeframe every year. We'll talk more about that later. What we're here for tonight, of course, is our Technical Professionals Conference, which is wrapped up into the National Convention space. We do have a professional scholarship, the Edward J. Barnett Scholarship, that we give out scholarships to our professionals and to our students that are folks that are still in school pursuing postgraduate degrees. And then finally, we do have what's called a NSBE Professionals Leadership Incubator, which just graduated its second class yesterday, in fact, where we actually take our early and mid-career professionals and give them training and give them guidance around how to take that next step into their professional careers. And so with that being said, I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time here. I know there are plenty of questions and people want to get back to talking about TPC. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing and let's turn it over to Nicole to let's hear about, what can we expect going to Atlanta? So Atlanta, the Mecca, it used to be Chocolate City, but it's culturally where we think of the biggest concentration of Black folk in America, and we're celebrating NSBE 50. Tell me a little bit about what we can expect, specifically from our professional side, as they get ready for the conference.
All right. So, like he said, it's Atlanta. So, yes, our little baby version of Chocolate City. So what we can expect is one thing we really focused on for this TPC is making sure that we heard the members. One thing that we hear every single convention or every conference is, they feel like they're not heard. So I can attest that within the program zone, we took in a lot of the feedback from membership. For those who just went to PDC Dallas, we took in some feedback from there. And if there was a survey that went out a few months ago that we took a lot of feedback from. So for this one, I'm really, really excited. Hope that people are very excited about our programming. A lot of requests for special interest groups, their programming, and a lot of requests just to know things in advance, which is fair. We want to make sure that we all know what to expect and know what we're paying for and things like that. So we're going to briefly go over just some slides that I have about TPC. Before we get into that, I will say that all my slides are about TPC. There are some things I cannot answer, but like Townsend said, we will take that in, take it back, and try to get you an answer for it. I will ask that any questions that you have, try to keep them geared towards TPC or the professionals, just so we can make sure that we just stay on track and respect everyone's time. And with that being said, let me see if technology is going to be my friend. Let's see. It is not being my friend. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. It's not letting me share for some reason. If not, I'll just read from my slides. We will make it work. Oh, wait, there it is. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, can you all see?
We'll get hand claps because the interface is coming up, but I can't actually see any content yet.
Okay.
We're getting there though.
Let me know when that pulls up. If not, I can start talking from it. That is fine. Let me pull it up on my other. Can anyone see that yet?
No,
Yeah,
not yet. Oh, they can see it? Can other folks see it?
We can see? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh,
all right.
We can see it. So,
all right. Cool. So, sorry, going back. That is me, Nicole Shirley, 2024 Technical Professional Chair. And just to go over the overall purpose of TPC. So for those who do not know, and I'm sorry, it's a delay. For those who don't know, there are 3 mini conferences that fall under annual convention. So it is PCI, which is our NSBE Junior membership. We have Graduate Student Conference, normally referred to as GSC. And then we have TPC, so our Technical Professional Conference. And in this program, in this mini conference, it is geared towards programming for our technical professionals. I know some people can't see, so I can kind of move slow.
I was just about to mention that. I don't think I can see this. Can't see your slides. I see your picture, the talking head, but I can't see the content of the slides.
Hold on. Let's see if I need to stop something. Oh, people can see them. Okay. I don't know why Teams is against me. All right. So can everyone see the vision statement slide? Okay. I'm not sure. All right. You see the purpose of TPC. All right. Let's stop this. All right. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Yes, I did hear if you change your view, it should work on Teams. Okay. I'll keep going. But for the vision statement of TPC this year, so I know all of us know engineering community is the main theme for this year for overall NSBE convention. But within this mini conference, our theme is honoring the past, embracing the present, and anticipating the future. Is to go into talking about the past. So when I came into NSBE, as Townsend mentioned, it was alumni extension for the professionals. There's just a lot of history and a lot of information that I think we don't share as much, but we should be honoring our past chairs, our past leaders, even our actual founders of NSBE. So the past is to talk about that, to highlight those past leaders who got us here. The present is to honor where we are. So right now we are NSBE professionals. That is a name change. That was a very big thing for us. And then also just acknowledging the new things that we have. So for those who do not know, we have a new special interest group, which is our young technical professionals. We also have our leadership incubator, as Townsend mentioned, and then just having more programming coming out of our special interest groups and other areas of the professionals. And in future, we always want our membership to grow. So how do we get people to come back? I saw some questions about people saying they haven't been engaged, they want to come back, or just being a new member. So how do we get you all in, keep you here, and then making sure that we engage locally and regionally? As Townsend mentioned, we do have chapters on the ground, and then we also are regionally located as far as our national, along with our national participation. So there's different levels that you can engage in, different areas that you can help out with within NSBE, and we want to make sure that we're promoting that and growing our membership for the future. All right, so moving on to key themes and objectives of TPC. So again, historically, NSBE professionals attend convention to unwind with the NSBE family. A lot of us know once a year or twice a year, we see our NSBE family. So this is that time. We want to come in, network, meet new people, meet our friends, get caught up, and do what we do, family reunion style. In addition to that, learning new skills for our industry and business. A lot of people do want to come in, they're trying to transfer to a new role, a new function. How do we do that? Coming in for those skills, which will be through our workshops. And then networking for new opportunities and collaboration. And then supporting our NSBE Junior. That is another function of the professionals, is supporting our collegiate and our NSBE Junior. So for our NSBE Junior programming, there are competitions that they need judges. They need assistance with that. I know some people have said that they would like to be judges. This is your time to help out the NSBE Junior programming at convention. They have a lot of competitions as well as the collegiate members. So that is where we also need help for professionals. So there's different areas for everyone to be involved in, if based on your interests. So whether that's collegiate, NSBE Junior, or if you just strictly want to stick with the professionals. And I do not know why that is popping up. Please go away. Sorry, y'all, I am fighting with Teams. Okay, key themes and objectives. Hopefully it's kind of caught back up. So key themes and objectives. So again, talking about unwinding, networking, learning new skills, and supporting our NSBE Junior. So just on this slide, it's just showing some high-level bullet points. Townsend touched some of these already. So our networking, our fundraisers for NSBE. So like we said, Edward Barnett Jr. Scholarship is out right now. We give out $5,000 scholarships every year. So that is one of the things. Networking within our different events. So our luncheons, our SINs, we have a SIG mixer. We'll get into that in a second. And then of course our trainings, and then workshops. And then of course, like I said, supporting our NSBE Junior. Come on. All right, computer is fighting with me. So let me switch gears real quick. So while that's fighting with me, it is supposed to be my why attend TPC slide. So within participating in TPC, oh no. Hold on. I might just have to talk. Goodness. Okay. It does not want me to share, you guys. Sorry.
Well, Egypt does look good, though. Egypt does look good.
I am trying, and I can't even stop it. Okay.
Okay, you got a new version of the team. Okay.
Yeah, and that's probably the problem. It keeps trying to update in the middle of things. All right, teams. I can't stop that. So sorry, that's Egypt. I went there. So why attend TPC? So participants will leave TPC feeling empowered and ready to support the NSBE mission. And that's what we want. We want when you leave convention to feel empowered in whatever way that works for you. So whether that is you just really came for that professional development, or you came to want to learn more about membership locally, regionally, nationally, if you want to do NSBE Junior, whatever that is, or if you want to take that back to work and say, hey, here's how you can support NSBE or support my individual growth through NSBE. Bunch of options, and that's what we want. Our success metrics include having about 1,000 or so professionals attend TPC specifically. We have intentional networking opportunities for early, mid, and executive level attendees. We want to reduce our programming, right? So one piece of feedback that we got, especially from Kansas City, was that it was just too many things on top of each other. They couldn't attend things. So we were intentional about trying to break up our programming, try to have diversity across the days so we didn't have everything on top of each other. And then just making sure that the feedback that you all were giving us for programming, we could do that. So that's what we've been working on, and we're still in the process of working on. And then also just collaborating with different organizations. So for those who know, we had a call for workshops. So we had other people submit in workshops. So we'll have some sponsor workshops from our corporations, and then we'll have some workshops coming in from our call for workshops, which will be more of your local or small business owners, things like that. So very excited. Now for the part that everybody wants, but let me try to switch my machine. Hold on.
So yeah, Nicole. So while you're switching your machine, I do have a question for you that hopefully doesn't needs no slide to answer. But you mentioned I think you touched on a little bit of the takeaways from TPC. But what are you most excited about? Either about the convention as a whole or specifically any particular TPC event or offering that is coming up?
So for me, I think I'm excited just for people to come and learn and it be something that they really want. I'm very big on programming. For those who don't know, my background primarily in NSBE was programs. I've been programs chair, CI chair, all the programming zone areas. So programming is a very big thing for me. And then also our trainings, which we are still in the works of that, but also getting training. We hear you. we know it's been requested. We hear you. We're working on it. But just being able to really offer things that everyone's been asking for. I think that's just my biggest thing. And then it's NSBE 50. You know, we got to be excited about reaching 50 years.
Of course, when you hit those milestones, you got to go all out on and celebrate. So definitely looking forward to that. Oh, see some slides again.
Yeah, I'm working.
You bring it back up.
Let's see. Technology. All right. Can you all see that? Don't know if you can see me, but as long as you can see the slides.
Yep, we can see it. Okay.
All right. Whew. All right. Sorry, y'all. Technology. All right. So what we're all here for, the agenda. So I will preface everything that is here, that this is a tentative agenda. It will change. But I will share what I can for now. And if you have any questions, please ask in the chat. All right. So for Wednesday is our official kickoff of convention as a whole. So for those who are BCA reps or part of BCA, there will be a meeting on that Wednesday morning, I believe. We will also be having our trainings and certification. There will be a fee for this. We are still working on it, so I can't disclose all information yet, but we are very close to offering 2 of them. That will be on Wednesday. Our NSBE 50 Golf Classic and Clinic. This will be in support of EBJ, which is the scholarship that I mentioned that the professionals own. And then opening session. So our NSBE 50 opening session, that will be the kickoff for the entire conference. So that will be everyone, NSBE Junior, collegiate, professionals, even our exhibitors are welcome to attend that. And then we will have our kickoff, which is sponsored by Honeywell. Very excited about that. That is brand new information as of last week, that our kickoff is sponsored by Honeywell. So for our leadership and skills workshops, these are some of the ones that are sponsored as of today. We have some things still coming down the pipeline, but Edwards Life Sciences, Honeywell, MIT Lincoln Laboratory, Symbotic will be doing a film screening for us. I'll get into that in a second. The Clorox Company, and then the U.S. Coast Guard. And then we have a few more things in the works, but these are our confirmed sponsors for our workshops. And then on Thursday, so as of right now, we can see Thursday is very busy, but on the left-hand side is our daytime programming. So our professionals town hall, that will be, I believe Townsend and Taylor will be doing that. Please come to that. That is a state of professionals, talk about what we're doing as across the entire organization. And then we'll have our House of Delegates meeting. So for whoever is a delegate within your chapter, that meeting is for you. We will also be having multiple tech talks. For now, the one that we are letting everybody know about is Merck & Company, and there are more to come. And then our leadership roundtable luncheon will be brought to you by HP on Thursday. You will need to register for these events when you go into register for convention. They will require a registration because there is a limit. So I was saying that now, I'll say it again, but please register for those because it is a limit on those. And then On Board the Film, which is Story of Black Women on Boards, brought to you by Symbotic. So this is actually a film viewing that is sponsored by Symbotic. So those who will be at the event, you will be able to watch the film. And then after the film, we'll have a Q&A with one of the board members for Symbotic, which she actually does sit on the board of Black Women on Boards. And we'll have a brief Q&A with her after the film. And then SIG business meetings and SIG hosted workshops and events. We have heard you all loud and clear. You guys want to know more about the SIGs, more about what they do, want to have more SIG workshops and events. So we got you. They are going to be happening throughout convention. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. When we have them more solidified of who's doing what on what day, we'll definitely release that. But no, it will be scattered throughout the convention. For the evening, forgot to put on general session on Thursday. That will be everybody, as I mentioned. And then we'll be having our SIG mixer brought to you by Merck & Company. We will be having our SINs. So these are the sponsors for our career engineering networking suites, also known as a hospitality suite. These are just for the professionals. So I know the Chairs Council just did a session last week about, if you lost your job, what else do you do? So these companies are hiring professionals, specifically experienced hires. They're looking for that mid-career, senior level. I have talked to them. I have drilled them to try to give me as much information so I can let you all know, but they are hiring professionals. So I'm gonna say it again, they're hiring professionals. I know the thought is that a lot of companies do come for collegiate, which is true. But in this sense, these companies are looking for professional hires. So please, if you are looking for a job, if you're looking to switch careers, these companies have our SINs sponsored, and then we'll have more information coming out about what they're looking for and who they're trying to hire. And then that evening, we will have our professionals entertainment, TBD. On Friday, we will be having our regional town hall meetings, as Townsend mentioned, just making sure that you know what's going on in the professionals world. So each region, so regions 1 through 6, will be having a town hall meeting that will be led by the chair of that region to learn more about what they're doing. So one question we get a lot is, what are the chapters doing? Where are the chapters? Where's everybody located? These meetings are the place to find out what's going on and what chapters are active and who's leading that. Then we'll be having master classes, which our talent development chair, Jasmine Delva, is working on. And we'll have 2 of them on Friday. Topics are coming to let everybody know, and they'll be open for anybody to attend. And then again, SIG business meetings, SIG workshops. Our second leadership roundtable luncheon will be sponsored by Boeing on Friday. Again, we'll need to register for attendance to this event. There are limited spots. And we'll also be having our professional executive board candidate Q&A. So if you are looking to run for the PEB, this is the place. If you just want to see who's running, if you want to ask them something, this is the place to do that. So please attend that on Friday. In the evening, we'll be having our lifetime members reception. This is for current lifetime members and then our incoming lifetime members. It is an invite only, so you will receive that. And then a general session, and then our EBJ fundraiser. So this is a ticketed event for those who have been to Kansas City and Anaheim. It was a high roller event. This year, we're switching up the theme because we are in Atlanta and it is NSBE 50, but same purpose of fundraising money for Edward Barnett Jr. Scholarship. More details to come, but just get ready for it. And then on Saturday, which was our final day of convention, ooh, the date's wrong. Okay, sorry. Daytime will be our professional chapter leadership brunch. Again, invite only. This is a time to honor our chapter leaders. So those who are running those local chapters that keeps the organization going. This is our time to celebrate them and thank them for their hard work. Also, our Professionals Impact Awards, which is our other professional awards. So anything in the region that they want to celebrate, our special interest groups, because we do have directors and people running those programs. So we want to celebrate them as well. And again, SIG business meetings, SIG workshops. We'll have an entrepreneurship pitch competition, and we'll also have a design challenge with our High SIG on Saturday. And then our past professionals chairs roundtable. So for those who have gone to the chairs council, it's again our past professionals chairs. So they'll have their topic soon coming of what to discuss at that, but that is another open event and time to talk to our past chairs. In the evening, wrapping up Saturday, our Golden Torch Awards, and then we'll have our entertainment to close out convention. And then just covering a few questions that I get a million times over. One is, are meals included in my registration? The answer is technically no. However, if we do have wonderful sponsors like we do who sponsor our luncheons, then those will be the things that are included in your registration. Again, spots are typically limited. So just make sure that you sign up to get your spot and come on time to check in. After about 10 or 15 minutes, we will release those spots to let others in and make sure that our room is full for our sponsors. Another question that I get all the time, even from my own coworkers, are, can exhibitors attend convention activities? Yes, you can. Your badge is a full access badge, just like the rest of us. Please come to our workshops, after hours events. I know a lot of people are working the career fair, but you are free to come to our activities and our workshops if you have the time to do that. But please do not feel like you can't attend. It is open to you as well. And I think
one quick question that just came up that I think we if you know any details on is, so I know registration is open now for convention, but can folks actually register for those sub events right now?
They can. So the sub events are up. There are a few still in the works of coming up, but they should be there. If you cannot see them, please let me know. So I can reach out to our registration team to get that fixed. But you should see all the sub events up, and more are coming. So check back in periodically. We'll start making announcements about them, but they should be up there now.
And I probably do want to mention, I believe it's set up this way. So please stop me quickly if it's not set up this way. But even if you have registered now, you can go back into your registration as long as you have your confirmation code or some signifying number and select the sub events if you didn't get a chance to do it the first time. So don't be afraid to go ahead and register now if you don't know especially what you're going to do, because you can always go back and look and add those things on before convention.
You are correct.
Right.
If you're registered, you can actually go back to the email, hit edit registration, and it will bring you back into your registration, and you can go back through it and add. So,
All right, so I'll do one more question, and then I think Seth is queuing up some in the Q&A form. So the last question I think we had here, and I think you one of the early questions we got was, what is the main location for TPC this year? Is it going to be in a host hotel, or where will the majority of events for TPC be held?
So this year is going to be a little different. We do not have a standard professionals only hotel. So what we're saying is just to get to the closest one that makes your heart happy. But we do not have a dedicated professionals hotel this year due to the move. But there are plenty of hotels. They are on the website, convention.nsbe.org, to see which ones, and it will tell you which ones are the closest and things of that nature. But right now, everything will be housed in the convention center for programming. And if there are any changes, we'll definitely let you all know if anything is offsite.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, Seth, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. I think you have some questions that have been queued up. Let me see if I don't even know if I can see them. You know what? I'm able to see these questions.
You should be able to.
I can see these
Yeah.
questions. Okay. All right. Well, cool. Never mind, Seth. I will go ahead and ask him. Okay. Ooh, okay. So somebody asked a question about the leadership incubator. And so let me defer that question about the leadership incubator in lieu of TPC specific questions. What I'll tell you about the leadership incubator, please reach out to myself, or I don't know if Jasmine Delva is actually online here. It is, just reach out to myself and I'll connect you with our talent development chair who can give you more information about specifics on the NSBE Leadership Incubator. What I will mention, and yeah, I think Georgia just put it in there, is that the application for the next cohort, so the third cohort, is actually open. It will be open through the holiday season. So be on the lookout for that and other announcements on our social media pages. Thank you, Georgia, for putting that. And thanks, Seth, for putting the email address for Jasmine on there. Back to our TPC questions, and please, if you have questions, put them in the Q&A section because I can see them and ask them live. Next question about TPC. Sorry, I was reading and trying to find the next question here.
No, you're fine.
So we asked about the hotel. Yep. So a question about I guess, what would you say is the key benefit you have received for your involvement in the NSBE Technical Professional Conference?
For me, NSBE's done a great job of networking. So I tell everybody the story. I've actually never gotten a job from NSBE. I have received a scholarship, yay me. But as far as a job, never directly, indirectly, meaning that networking is what was very crucial for me in NSBE. So the job I actually have now, fun fact, is because I knew someone in NSBE, stayed in contact with them. And when I needed a job, I reached out like, hey, got laid off, really need, a job. Can you help me out? And because of that person, I now have my job now. And that was because of my NSBE connection. So for me, the networking has been the most beneficial thing of all my time in NSBE.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback on that question too and say, yeah, I second that. Definitely the networking aspect has really been great for me. I too have not had to go to NSBE specifically to look for a job, but I have got to meet industry leaders and professionals and bounce ideas off of people. I will say that it's one of those things where the in-person aspect of having the random question with the stranger standing next to you in line has been more beneficial to me than 90% of the things I do, outside and connecting through social media and whatnot. So just been able to get to know people and meet people. I'll also say that in this role, especially being on the professional board, most of your role is doing stuff virtually. And so being able to put current faces with names and people I've interacted with has been really what I've enjoyed that as well too. And it is like a family reunion. It's like, hey, I've been talking to you all year and I just know you by name or by the still photo you have next to next to the conversation, the chat I'm having. It's good to see you like in person, actually, see you in live and in color. And so the ability to make lifelong friends and like I said, NSBE family is a really strong aspect that has been really, really great. And then finally, I'll say that seeing the exhibits and seeing some of the innovations and the technical either workshops or demonstrations has been really cool too. I'm definitely a hands-on person. I like to see things and touch them and feel them. And it's been really good to be able to see that up close and in person. So those are some of the great things that I've seen and had happen while at a technical professional conference. Back to questions. I see questions coming in live now. Yeah, thank you, Seth, for putting these in here.
So I wanted to, before we jump to that, if you don't mind, just answer some of the ones that were submitted before. I think we got through most of them, but I think there's a few I didn't quite touch on. So one person asked about the NSBE rates for staying at the hotels near the conference. anything for the conference as far as hotels, rates are on the website. And I know somebody put it in the chat, so convention.nsbe.org. That is the best place to get all the updated information about that. And if there's any questions about the hotel, there should be a contact, an email for MCI, which is our vendor. If you don't see that, send me an email and I'll get that to them. And then another question, the question we always get, will it be recorded? Unfortunately, no, nothing will be recorded. We do not record these at this time. It is something that we do discuss, but for this one, we will not be recording anything, unfortunately. So be there and then you can see everything, but we're not recording this time. And then another question was, what new career opportunities are there for new recent graduates? So as I mentioned before, we have a lot of companies that are looking for professional hires. So one area of being in is the Young Technical Professional Special Interest Group. So that is one avenue for, especially for new grads. We really want people to move from collegiate into professional. The second thing is, as I mentioned, a lot of these companies are coming to us for professionals and saying they want to hire professionals, so post-grad. When I get more information about who's exactly looking for what area, we'll definitely promote that out. But we have a lot of people looking for that 0 to 3, or even the mid-career or the seniors. So there's a lot of opportunities this year for hiring with the professionals. Another question was, will there be technical entrepreneurship workshops? The answer is yes. For those who do not know, we have an entrepreneurship special interest group, which is led by Richard. He has a few programming things going on. So like I said, the pitch competition, we have some workshops that will be with the entrepreneurship SID, who they are, what they do, and then also talking about entrepreneurship topics, as well as the overall convention should have a few entrepreneurship programming as well. So lots of opportunity for that. Let's see, what other topics did we not touch yet? I think that's the ones for now. If you want to take anything from the live chat, Townsend, I'm just scrolling my list.
Yeah, here's a question that, again, you may not have the full information for, about shuttles and transportation from the hotels to the convention center. Has there been any updates you can share with us on that?
Not yet. The answer is yes. The vendor is working on those actual schedules of what time, what hotels they'll go to. When that is ready, it will be on the website, but it is a conversation right now that they're working through. I will warn everyone, Atlanta's traffic is interesting. So be prepared to kind of have to wait. We'll have a little patience with Atlanta traffic. I know a lot of people rent cars, do things like that. So the suggestion that we've been giving people is, depending on what you're trying to do, please take the MARTA. The MARTA does go to the convention center directly. There is a station there. Uber, Lyft is another option. If you choose to drive, obviously the convention center does have a lot of parking, and then also the shuttle. So there's a few options for transportation. I do say just come with patience with the transportation, because we are in downtown Atlanta. But that will be forthcoming, and it will be on the website when they do sort out the shuttle information.
All right, great. Yeah, I know a lot of this stuff is still in work and still in process. So just a good reminder to everybody is ensure you're staying up to date with what's going on the website, because that's where most of the information, especially at a convention as a whole, will be coming through. Mm-hmm. So also with that same question, and this may be the same line of that, were workshop presenters for some of these things already chosen? And if not, is there still more announcements to come for workshops yet to be chosen?
Yes, so there is a rolling notification going out. So as we mentioned earlier in the session, there's 3 mini conferences that are taking in workshops, myself included, and then the overall convention. So they are rolling out kind of on a wave of acceptances. There are also some that are waitlisted, and then there'll be denials. So just keep checking. I know that I am also sending out some things from my conference that I've just started pushing out myself. So the answer is not everyone has been notified, but it is coming. If you were looking for something, if you submitted something and you're looking for a status, you can email me and I can see what I can do, which is tpc50chair@nsbe.org.
All right, yeah, great information. Thank you, Nicole. Great information. I guess we've got a few minutes left here. Is there anything that you want to, I guess, leave everybody on the call with? Any last parting words? I'm not seeing any other questions coming in just yet. Maybe something
scrolling right now to see if there's anything that was missed. One change, because I know, again, a lot of NSBE vets, lifetime membership reception is typically on Saturday. This year it will actually be on Friday. That is where it is right now. So Friday evening is actually when GCA will be, GCA, lifetime will be. So again, that's an invite only, more information to come on that, but that was a recent change that I know a lot of us are not used to. And then there was something else in here that I wanted to address.
Yep, I told somebody the wrong thing. Well,
I saw it. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm deleting my message right now.
No, there was something else that I wanted to address and I can't find it. Yeah, that's a big change. I know we're all used to saying Saturday. Yes. It is Friday. Oh, career fair. That was going to be the other thing I was going to say. Historically, we know career fair is usually like that 9, 10 to like 4 o'clock. Career fair hours have changed this year, so that's probably more pertinent for BCA folks. So Thursday, right now, I believe it is 1 to 6. Please do not quote me on the hours because I'm not looking at it, but it should be 1 to 6. And then on Friday, I believe it's that normal time, that 9 or 10 to 4 o'clock. So just know Thursday is starting later with the career fair, and then Friday we'll go back to our normal hours because I know that's a big thing that people are also trying to work around. And then,
here's a great question. How will professionals be updated before and during TPC? Is there a group newsletter or just social media?
So I'm glad you asked that. So we are actually in the middle of doing a program guide that will go out next month. That will have a little bit more detail of what I've been talking about. We'll also be posting to social media, which will be Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And then if you do not get our professional newsletters, please sign up for that. I know Seth or someone in the comms team can probably drop that link to sign up for our newsletter that goes out every single month. And that will also have information, as well as if you are registered for a convention, there will be TPC specific newsletters that go out from the committee, the conference planning committee, that will also have information as well. So there'll be various points of communications about what's going on with TPC. That way, if you're not a social media person, you'll get the emails from 2 different sources, and then also LinkedIn if you want to count that as social media or not, but we'll be posting to LinkedIn as well.
Yep, and I do even believe during actual TPC, I believe they're going to be using FeedLoop again as the conference platform, right?
Yep, sorry, that was the other question, sorry. So the app, so we'll be downloading an app, which I believe will be the same as FeedLoop, which is what we use for Kansas City. So that app will also have notifications going out, and then will be the up-to-date agenda of information. But as far as actual details, content, who's going to be there, what's going on, we'll have a lot of things up front prior to convention as well.
All right. I think last question, I guess, while we're wrapping up, I did see something about some of the sub-events are already showing as sold out.
Yeah, I see that. Well,
that may be something we need to take back to the committee.
Yeah, that's something I need to take back. We're having some registration challenges with the sub-events, but to answer the question, there will be a wait list. If it's not enabled, that's an issue. So I will take that back and see what's going on. But yes, Lyle, I will get back to you. I know Lyle. I got you, Lyle. But yeah, they should have wait lists. So I'm not sure why it's not showing. So I'll take that back to our vendor and see what's going on.
All right. Yeah, I've been in the chat trying to answer questions, and my team has been back there
The
cleaning
team
up
is
for me.
on
So
it.
I appreciate my keyboard warriors back there, making sure that we're staying accurate with information. I'm just going to stop and focus on this right now. So
Yeah,
with 1 minute left, Nicole, you mentioned, you talked about the things that we should expect at TPC. We talked about the location and how this is, the 50th anniversary of NSBE. We talked about things folks should be aware of. We walked through the tentative agenda at this point. I guess what parting words, I guess, do you have for folks on this call today? So if there was something that they need to take away from the conference, what's something that they need to take away from this call today that will get them through until the next time we see them and we talk?
So much pressure. I would say, I was not prepared for that question, but I would say the team is working hard. I will definitely say that. I am not a one-woman show. I have an amazing team behind me that is helping put together this programming, making sure that the voice of the member is being heard, making sure that, when you are paying, that you're getting something out of this. So what I want everybody to know is that NSBE is a family. We have our disagreements and agreements, but at the end of the day, my team is dedicated to our membership and making sure that they get a benefit out of convention, whatever that is for you. And that when you guys come, that you feel that you see that we put a lot of time and effort into this, and that you get something out of this, and that you go back and tell someone else about it so we can have more members within NSBE professionals. And we plan to have another session probably in February, a little bit closer to convention, to talk about more detailed things, more content, because the content is still rolling in. But I just want everybody to know that my team is amazing and they are working very hard behind the scenes for you, the member.
Excellent. Yeah. And just to piggyback on that, thank you, Nicole, for really spearheading and driving this effort. I know there were definitely some opportunities and challenges early on with getting this convention off the ground. But I as somebody we talk fairly often, I just want to publicly say thank you for the work that you're doing and the team. I was able to meet most of your team last time I was in Atlanta for the last conference meeting. Thank you to the team for driving this, and we look forward to seeing all the great things happen with TPC. Let's make TPC, folks on the call, let's make TPC the biggest TPC we've ever had. We just got off of PDC, which was the largest PDC. Let's keep the trend going, especially in this year as NSBE celebrating 50, but also the professionals are celebrating 35 years. So that's something that's a little known fact that we haven't highlighted as much as we should have, but this is a milestone year for the professionals. So let's show up and show out in Atlanta. And so as we wrap up and jump off this call, I do have a few last announcements that I want to make sure that everybody's aware of. So I think one of the good running themes that I want to send everybody away with is follow us on our social media, because that's the quickest, easiest way to stay up to date with what's going on with TPC, what's going on with the professionals, what's going on with anything that has to do with NSBE from a professional standpoint. I'll say that we do work hard, and I'll mention that as a plug-in for, like I said, the next cohort of the NSBE Professional Leadership Incubator. That's a great program that I encourage everybody to get them part of and sign up for. That application is open now. Please go to our social media to find that information. But I will also say that we do play hard, and the information is not there yet, but it will be coming up there soon. That we're actually doing we're sponsoring a NSBE, I'll say, cruise. More details to come, but that information will be on our website, because we work hard and we play hard. And like I said, TPC is going to be a lot of hard work, but it'll also be a lot of fun. But we want to keep that effort going all through the year. So just a little tease for you all. I didn't want to take away too much time from talking about TPC, of course, because that's the next big thing happening. But stay abreast with our social media, stay abreast with our newsletters, because there's something always going on. And on the flip side of that, if you have events that are happening in your area leading up to convention, please let us know so we can put them in our newsletter and highlight and spotlight you, because none of this would happen without you guys out there doing the good work in your cities with your NSBE Junior chapters, with your areas. So we want to make sure that you all are aware, but this is a two-way street. We will share information, but you guys give us information too as well. And then I guess finally, and I thought about my last point that I wanted to mention here, and I didn't want to minimize this, but for those of you who are still looking to sponsor some events or still want to have companies that have opportunities that you want to partner with us at NSBE 50, please reach out. I'll give you 3 names to mention. Reach out to Nicole Shirley, who's right here, and she put our email in there. We do have and I don't know if he's online here, but we do have our professionals finance chair, Johnny Tangle. So PEB Finance.
I'm here.
Okay, that's here. You reach out to him. He will be the one to help you get plugged in. And then, of course, we do have our CPC side that has information, but I want to make sure that those two are specifically highlighted, because those two, for anything professionals related to that are sponsored, you need to go through them. So I definitely want to mention that and make sure that they get their shine here as we wrap up here. So I know we're 5 minutes over the hour here. I appreciate you all rocking with us as we got started about 5 minutes after the hour. Any last words, Nicole? Anything before I say so long to the folks?
Nope, I have nothing. I appreciate all of you for being here and sticking through these technology challenges. We hope to see you in Atlanta. Early bird registration does end soon. It is January 5th. So if you haven't registered, please do that to take advantage of the early bird registration. And if you have any questions, like Townsend said, please reach out to myself, Townsend. One of us will definitely get to you. Thank you, Seth, for putting in the chat. But we do hope to see you in Atlanta, and we'll come back with another update around February. But like he said, keep out for those newsletters, social media, to keep up with what we're doing in the professional world.
All right. And so on behalf of the NSBE professionals and the TPC chair, Nicole, my name is Townsend Brown, and we appreciate you all coming out and hanging out with us. So we'll see you at the next event. Take care. Stay warm.